Today is the actual last major Kentucky Derby prep weekend before the Kentucky Derby race. Uh, the Bluegrass has been moved to next week. Um, but this time last year there was the pick three. It was the Wood Memorial, the Bluegrass, and the Santa Anita Derby. But with the Bluegrass moving to next week, I'm just gonna focus on the Santa Anita Derby. But in addition to the Santa Anita Derby, I'm going to focus on the late pick four in the Santa Anita card. Um, so in the pick four for the last pick for the Santa Anita, it's intriguing because three of the last four races is also turf races. So that includes the all turf pick three. So what I'm going to do is start actually uh, with the Santa Anita Derby. Um, so in the Santa Anita, there's only a five horse field, and um, for this portion of the um, pick four, this is going to be actually the second leg of the late pick four. But I'm going to start off with the Santa Anita. So five horse field. Um, Last time for the San Felipe, I picked Barnes. He finished second, and one of the reasons I liked Barnes because he um, he started off racing in a 7 furlong race and won. And you don't see seven sprint races anymore for prep races for Kentucky Derby, so that's why I picked him. But the horse that he lost to in the San Felipe is Journalism. So who's going to be the favorite? So I'm going to pick those two in terms of in my portion of the second leg of the pick four. The third horse I'm going to pick is going to be Citizen Bull, and he was actually, if you look at he was actually last year's 2-year-old champion. So when you look at this, when you look at the field right here, even though it's a very small field, you have really three strong horses uh, in contention for the Kentucky Derby. And I would not be surprised if the Kentucky Derby winner comes out of this race. So, in terms of the second leg of the pick four, I have Journalism, Citizen Bull, and Barnes. So the ninth race of San Anita is actually the first leg of the late pick four, but it's also the first leg of the all turf pick three. And for the all turf pick three, it's the minimum bet is $3. Usually, when it comes to, let's say, a pick three that's like $3, I will be kind of lenient. Not lenient, I'll be very conservative in terms of and selective in terms of how many horses I'll pick in each field. But this case, I'm gonna really roll the dice. I have a feeling this could be a pretty big payout. And I think last time, um, I recall, and it was actually when Barnes was running the San Felipe, the pick three had a hefty Alter pick three San Anita had a hefty payout. I could be wrong. I thought it was 90,000. I can't remember, but it was a pretty big hefty payout. And so I'm actually for the all turf pick three. In each leg, I'm gonna pick four horses. So the first horse I'm gonna pick is gonna be number four. In the first leg's Uncle Chili. He has the highest speed figures with the jockey in terms of his race. So has the same jockey and had this highest speed figures. So that's the first. That's the one of the horses I'm gonna pick in the first leg. The other one I'm going to pick is Brazenly. I like his pedigree a lot. This is actually a 7 furlong, 6.5 furlong turf sprint. And Brazen and Street Boss, they're known to be very uh, good sprint sires. So that's why I'm picking also Brazen. The other one I'm going to pick is Chrome Flash, and right now he's 10-1. As with Brazen, who's 10-1 odds, Chrome Flash is 10-1, and I've noted that he has out of three of the four Sania turf, he's finished in the money. So the number 5 and number 6, more in line for both those horses is 10 to 1. The last horse I'm picking the first leg of the all turf and the first leg of the late pick 4 is going to be Private Gem, and he's the morning line favorite. So I've noted that he's finished in the money in all 3 races. In the third leg of the pick 4 and the second leg of the all turf pick 3 is race 11 in Santa Anita. So I'm going to pick 4. As I said with the first leg, I'm picking 4 horses. And the first one I'm going to pick is going to be a long shot. I told the one, Miss Mandalay, has only one win. And usually I don't pick horses based off name. And the reason why I picked Miss Mandalay is because in 3 weeks from now, I'll be heading to Vegas and staying at Mandalay Bay. For a friend's medical conference. So I have a free room while I'm going to Vegas. So, and that's the only reason why I'm picking Miss Mandalay Bay, because I'm staying in Mandalay Bay, Miss Mandalay, because I'm staying in Mandalay Bay in Vegas. The second horse I'm going to pick in, I'm going to use for my in race 11 is going to be number 8, Not a Center, and right now he's the second choice. If you look at his, in terms of his, he only has one win. So, and that one came in the Sania turf. Uh, Even though he's ran 10 times in the Sania turf, he's actually he's been in the money in all 3, in all 10 starts in Santa Anita, and he's like the second, looks like the second choice morning line favorite at 7 to 2. The third horse I'm going to pick is Nene Diamond, and I noted that he 6 out of 7 starts has been the money. Stanford is the stallion Stanford is known for producing horses who do really well in short races. So he's a horse that now in terms of short races, but precocious in their early starts. And this horse has actually won in its debut race. And I'm a guy who graduated from Cal, so I know I shouldn't be picking something related to our rival school, Stanford. But in terms of horse racing, I always like to pick Stanford horses in short races, sprint races. And since this horse actually won in its debut race, because Stanford has actually known to produce horses to win in their as their first timers. And the fact that he's won he's in 6 out of 7 starts, he's been in the money. Yeah, he's the third horse I'm picking in my in race 11. The last one I'm going to pick in the third leg of the pick 4, but in the second leg of the all turf is Shocking Gray. I've noted that this horse is kind of puzzling because its previous trainer it won, but when it moved to a new trainer, it lost kind of substantially. I'm banking on the fact that a third of his Santa Anita starts on the turf he has won, and at 8 to 1 morning line, I believe, actually 6 to 1. I think it's a good play to use on this horse for Shocking Gray for the third leg of the late pick 4 and the second leg of the all turf pick 3. So the leg of the pick 4 and the all turf pick 3 is race 12 in Santa Anita, and I'm picking 4 horses on this leg as I have on the other 2 legs. So the first one I'm going to pick is number 5, Red Cross. I noted that this is a mile turf race, and I noted that even though it has only one Santa Anita turf win, 4 out of the 5 has been in the money. So he's done well. This horse has done well on the track. So that's why I ended with the odds of morning line odds of 8 to 1. This is a pretty good odds to use to play on this horse for this leg. The second horse I'm going to use is number 8 is Hard Headed. Hard, and I noted in terms of pedigree because this is, as a turf race, if you look at his sire Oscar Performance and the dams and the Broodmare sire English Channel are known to be strong influences on the turf. So, and I've noted that um, in terms of win, if you look at it, he's to overall win, he's won at least one third of his career starts, and he's done pretty well in Santa Anita. Also, 4 out of 7 starts Santa Anita turf, he's been in the money. The second horse I'm going to pick is probably going to be the favorite is Cathal, and I noticed here consistently he's been in the 80s by speed figures. In terms of the pedigree, no nerf. He was a Grade One winner in Europe, and even though despite the fact that he's only won one Sanya Turf race, he's finished fourth 3 times. So overall, he's been in the money in Sanya Turf out of 6 turf races there at Sanya 5 times. So he's the more in line favorite, and with the pedigree, I'm using him on my leg. The last one I'm going to pick is probably going to be the second choice at the moment, City Exile, and and this is one thing I noted too is like in around May, June, and July last year, this horse had 2 seconds and a first. However, when it ran last March, it finished ninth. So you're talking about a long layoff, and with that, I think he was using that as sort of like a prep for this race. So that's why I'm picking him. So overall, in the late pick four, I'll use the late pick four. I'm picking 4 horses in the first leg, 3 horses in the second leg, and the last 2 legs I'm picking 4 horses each. So, and with the 50-cent pick four, that comes to $96. In the ultra pick three, I'm picking 4 horses in each leg. So that's going to be $192. So overall, I'm going to bet for the ultra pick three and the late pick four. My budget's going to be I'm going to bet $288. That does seem kind of hefty, but sometimes when it comes to gambling, you just gotta roll with it, and that's what it is. I think if the altar pick three wasn't in the late pick four, I don't think I would be as aggressive. But because sometimes with the altar pick three and Santa Anita, they could be spread apart. But it just happened to be that the altar pick three is also included as part of the late pick four in Santa Anita. So that's why I'm aggressive in this race. So yeah, that's my analysis, and I usually say you bet small to win big, and so that's what I'm not really doing it in this case, uh, but yeah, as I think I'm kind of bullish on these bets, and part of the reason is I'm going to Vegas in a couple weeks, so maybe some of the money that I win the racetrack I could win using when I go to Vegas.